We started from minus 35K, and now we are sitting on a $8 million portfolio with 53 doors and 16 properties with a single family portfolio.
What's your time frame here, Jason?
I think I would say less than 2 years, I would say.
Less than 2 years.
That's absolutely amazing.
You guys been a huge inspiration. And again, joining Action Family was one of my best decisions. I retired from my nursing profession beginning of this year. So, yes.
So in today's show, we've got Jaison back on for a second time. And does he have a big update of his portfolio for you?
He actually quit his full-time nursing job. Absolutely amazing.
Hey, and if you're new to the channel, Mel and I have now purchased over 260 units in 5 different countries: Canada, US, Costa Rica, Mexico, and Dominican Republic. We are the proud founders of the Action Family Mentoring Program. And make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified so you see amazing videos like this.
All right, let's get started. Jaison, welcome once again to the Real Deal Show. It's so great to see you.
It's been a pleasure to be back on your show, Melinda. Thank you so much for inviting.
Yeah, I love it. Last time it was just me, but this time we wanted to make sure to have both of us. So yes. I'm glad. Part 2, I can't wait to see what you've been up to since the last time. So yeah, welcome to the show, Jaison.
We had the pleasure of meeting you in person in Calgary as well. But please let everybody know a little bit about who you are and the amazing success that you've been having over the past little while.
Great. Again, it's been a roller coaster ride like over the past years, but again, looking back, it's worthwhile. Again, I'm Jaison Johnson. I'm from Thunder Bay. We are real estate investors. We run a travel nursing business. We started real estate investing in 2022 by buying a single family home. We started from minus 35K, and now we are sitting on a $8 million portfolio with 53 doors and 16 properties with a single family portfolio. So it's been an amazing ride. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh my God. Okay, I just want to make sure I got these numbers. $8 million. 16 properties and 53 doors?
That's correct, as of today.
And how much, and what's your time frame here, Jaison?
I would say I started, I started my actual real estate multifamily journey in 2022 December. I think that's what I joined. I had a slow start, but again, I was learning, right? But I think I would say less than 2 years, I would say.
Less than 2 years.
That's absolutely amazing. Action taker is in the house right here. That is absolutely amazing. And I've been watching you in action inside the Action Family. You're taking lots of action. You're finding tons of properties. You're finding OPM, other people's money as well, to leverage that. So I'd love to tap into that as well.
Yeah, I'd love to see, Jaison. I agree. Like Mel and I see all the posts, the success posts that you put in the Action Family, which I'm pumped every time that you do. I love it. Keep sharing. But yeah, like where, like again, share as much as you want, but like where are they located? Because I know you're doing some cross-border stuff. Like where are they located, and what does the portfolio look like now? Now that part 2.
So. Again, we are here. This is our home. So what I usually focus in Thunder Bay, single family. We try to find that single family here. And I find that out from like MLS, like some off-market listing. I have my own crew. So I'll save some money like on renos. So that's what I do here. It's not a flip and fix or flip. I'm more like a bird guy. I follow the bird game. So moving out to New Brunswick, I have most of all my multifamily conversions happening there. So again, realtor, sometimes off market. I made enough connections now where sellers know like this is what I am doing. So they'll try to reach out like, either by creative financing, sometimes VTB work rates for them. Sometimes like, another way we'll try to figure out some kind of creative financing to structure a deal. And again, to make it as a win-win scenario for like both party really help us. And this year, we we went to US, but again, we've been trying to acquire some properties like from US last year, but this year we closed a sixplex and also single family by using OPM and creative financing. Yeah.
I love that.
That's fantastic. That's amazing.
Okay, and okay, so uh, listeners, I want you to, I want to make sure you understand, like, we're in North Bay, we're very north. Jason is in Thunder Bay. He's even more north,
Further
right? Like
north.
that. So that's what I love, because people think, oh, I have to be in I have to be in Toronto, I have to be in Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary. That's not the case, because look, just like us, Jason is literally investing virtually in, like you said, out east in the US as well. So this can be done anywhere. Jason, I want to see what would you say? Because again, people that don't know, like the three of us, we say creative financing, OPM. We're like, yeah, we're all on the same page. Can you let us know, like, what is your favorite? What is your go-to, or what is the most, avenue? Is it seller financing? Is it registered funds? Prompt? Like, what is the most, used avenue of creative financing for you in your portfolio?
So when you say creative financing, we need to tap in a lot of there is a lot to discuss about. So it all deal specific. For example, some sellers they want to structure only VTB with the capital gains. So you know what? Okay, we'll do that. Some they want to do in a different structure, right? So they know that they can come up with only they want X amount of money, so we'll structure probably into more of APS strategy, I mean, I would say like more of a seller financing strategy in Canada. So I would say like it's all like deal specific, but at the end, again, meeting both ends, and we need to make it as a happy ending at the end, right? So at the end, we could use most of all my buildings. We use OPM strategies. So once you figure out the hack, it's so easy to follow that.
I love that. And you're bang on. It really is about the deal, right? And what does the other person want or need to also make it a win-win on their side as well. And I often get asked that question, how do you structure your deal? And I basically answered the exact same way as you did. It depends. It depends on the deal. It depends on, is the owner willing to hold financing? What do they need to make the deal work? What do I need to make sure that I have the exit strategy as well? I know we talk a lot about the exit strategy inside the Action family. And for those who aren't familiar with that, it's how to pay people back. So yes, borrowing money and all that, but most importantly, everything needs to be very strategic, and we need to make sure we have an exit strategy as well. How do you go upon making sure that you're growing your portfolio, you're doing great things? How are you making sure that you have your exit strategy as well?
So I have a different buy box. So I would say I don't buy turnkey properties. I mean, I can't say that because like my US portfolio, it's more like a turnkey. But again, I structure in a way it's more of a creative financing aside. So I would say like 90 percentage, I need some value add in the building or some like equity. So I need to make sure that like the deal is good. Obviously, deal has to make some sense, and I'll structure the deal. And I am the person like who is very much transparent with my investors, and I would say like, hey, these are the risk areas, but again, this is how I mitigate the risk. For example, lately refis are taking way too longer, and I already told a few of my investors, say like we can. So technically, the deal can be done in a year, but you know what? I buffer the risk, or mitigate the risk by having an extra like maybe 4 months. So I will always add that into strategy. Coming into renos, sometimes we can't find the plumber. He may has his like wife going for a delivery just like as mine, so I have to factor in maybe that time frame too. So always you need to, I would say, more of a calculated risk. You need to take calculated risk and structure and build into the deal, and you don't have problems finding your investors.
I love that. Yeah, you're making it a win-win. You're being transparent with them. You're giving yourself some wiggle room. And I agree with you. Like, more runway space at the end is always more important. We've got a project right now. It's a triplex. There was a fire in it, and they're months and months delayed. And we, again, with renovations, right? It's just, it is what it is sometimes. And as seasoned investors, you mitigate, you try and look ahead, and we're transparent with our investors too. Like, yep, we're at the mercy of the contracting crew, but couldn't agree with
And
you.
always, like, with when it's coming to deal, this is what I usually do. When it's coming to renovation, I always add a minimum 15 to 20 percentage high on renovation, conservative ARV. Like, I'll start from the rents, or when I underwrite the deal, if say like if I can get my expenses at 35 percentage, I always like underwrite it like maybe 40 percentage. On a worst scenario, the deal performs, then I'll go and buy it, and I know that if anything comes up, like this deal can survive, right? Then, because again, it's not my money, it my private investors, their hard-earned money, so I need to be like respectful with that too. So I always like be upfront with them. So again, it's been work amazing for me.
You've achieved so much, and we're super proud of you, of course. But I always find that there's a reason behind why we take action in the first place. And for example, when I started investing in real estate, I wanted to spend more time with this guy here, number one. But most importantly, of course, we're my kids. I have 3 kids. I want to spend more time with my kids, just be there after school for my teenage girls, see my little guy hop on the school bus and off the school bus. It really wasn't about the money. It was about the freedom to have this flexibility in my life that was truly important to me. And I'm curious to know, what's your why, Jason? Why was this important to you to take action, invest in yourself and your education, and then take real action, implement, and get amazing results?
As an immigrant, it's been almost 10 years in this country, in this beautiful country. I had a humble beginning, and I didn't born with a silver spoon, right? So I've been like inspired, like watching your story. Like every people who takes action, like inspires me a lot. And my biggest why was when I had my first baby. Uh, Me and my wife, we worked really hard, and we looked at a bank account, and we had only 700 something dollar. uh, and that was the moment I realized actually like what's going on. So I started listening to podcast. Okay, then I realized like tax is the number one expense. The more I worked, the more I paid. So then we started our travel nursing business. Like, there were days, I would say like months, we I slept only like 3 to 4 months, sorry, 3 to 4 hours, but I had that strongest desire. I want to achieve that goal, and that's become my wake up alarm. And that was a fire, like in me, right? When on last year, when Dave asked like what is your goal, I said that in my mind actually. You know what, I want to have like 50 doors. I want to prove myself and also like others, an average person can achieve extraordinary things with the mindset and also like the hard work. And looking back, it's a dream, it's like a day and night to me, but again, I did it. And at the same time, I also want to inspire a lot of people.
Good. I absolutely love that.
I love that. And you have baby number 2
I know,
around the
baby, I'm
corner.
trying to
That's
I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's we are due in like few weeks, so I'll be like really busy. And as of right now, I have 5 duplex conversion. One is almost done in Thunder Bay. We have 4 projects in New Brunswick, Alberta. We have a new build almost done, ready to take possession by March. US, 2 projects. One is done and one is about to get done. We have like few more under contract. It's gonna get busy.
Great.
I love that. And Jason, okay, how do I say this? You just said a mouthful of I have all these projects on the go. Like, people listening to this, again, people tuning into the show and listening to this for the first time, they might be thinking, I'm scared of doing my first project. This guy's managing. How many did he just say? Like, what's some advice you can like? Because I know what gets easier as you get going along, but like, what's something you could say to someone that is scared of just taking on one project? Like, what's some a tidbit you can give them?
I get that question all the time, Dave. And same like you guys. I mean, I can't do things by myself. I mean, kudos to my wife, and she is being an amazing person, like who handles the numbers, like most of some of my systems. Moving forward, I learned like you need to have systems, right? You need to have like a power team, like you need to have uh, people like who's not work for you but work with you, right? I don't mind paying a bit extra dollar for them, and I'm not only paying them, I'm also like considering them as like my brothers, right? So uh, I again, I'm not a guy like okay, this is only I pay like only 2 grand for this one, and no, like I always like pay them more. But it's the love and care I'm giving to them. They'll return back me in like 100 ways, right? At the same time, I have project managers like in some of my big projects, but at the same time, as a real estate investors, we have to make quality and better decisions. So at the end, you are the one who's managing them, but at the same time, I spend a lot of time framing the structure. But once it's done, hey, this is my vision, this is my goal, this is I want project managers or property managers who are taking care of the project. This is I want. At the end, I want to make my numbers work. So renovation, they'll take care of it. But again, most of all, like heavy lifting, like done by myself. Once it's done, I'll just deploy to them, allow them to create their own way to. At the end, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, right? So I'm just giving to them.
I love that, right? Having a team behind you, and at first, somebody again watching, listening to this might say, "Wow, but that still is scary to me." But it's you weren't where you are now 2 years ago. It's a real estate investing where we weren't where we were. I remember our first place. You had a lot of fear. I had a lot of fear with my first building that I purchased as well, and it's just one step at a time, right? So making progress, and then we slowly grew our team, kind of like what you were doing as well, right? I used to do all my own cleaning. People don't know that I used to scrub my own tenants' toilets because I didn't have a lot of money and we wanted to grow. But after a while, as we had more money from our investments, and I was able to, over a period of time, delegate more and more exactly what you're doing as well.
And same you're saying, Mel, like you just like touched on that part. And again, uh, it's not like I'm just came up just like this. And on my first property, I didn't have like money to pay. My painter quoted like $2,300 for to paint the whole building. My baby was I think 8 months. We worked 12 hours, me and my wife. Like we painted. We went to Home Depot, took the paint. Like we did like a whole painting by watching YouTube, right? So I did flooring. So we all did things, right? So but at the same time, that's what I said, like we all somehow we did it, but now we are not emotionally attached to it. We have the capability to do things in a certain way. It's all about like giving values, right? So now like I don't have to do it. To me, like my time is important right now, so I'd rather do like a $15 job to them. I can focus like more on something which brings me like maybe $1,000. So this way, like I could grow my portfolio, help a lot of people, help investors. It's a win-win for everybody.
I love it. Well, you did what you had to do in a moment. Same like with us. Remember, Dave, YouTubing how to change a toilet.
What's a wax spring? Oh God, I gotta go back to Home Depot again. Yeah.
Right. So we did what we had to do in the moment. We grew a portfolio, and now we can focus on doing things we love, finding the deals, the exit strategy, overseeing the projects and those kind of things as well.
You learn and cut your teeth though when you go through the process and you do it yourself. It's almost a way of knowing that people can't BS you after. Because like, no, I've done that before. Jaison, is there a deal, like, because again, if people are watching this episode, they want some numbers, they probably want some, like, is there a deal that we can chat about? You bought it at this, you did X, Y, Z, it's now worth this, you know what I mean? As much or as little as you want to share. Is there a project you want to share with the audience?
I have lots actually, but I can maybe I bring up like a bit more. So we bought a building. It's a 5 unit in New Brunswick. We bought that for just like 110K, right? It was a distressed property, but I know this is what I want to do it. Initially, my plan was to just to renovate, but again, to me, like it's about like creativity, right? The more creative you are, the more money you can make. Same like an artist. So this one, I hired an architect. I had a vision to convert this into a 12 unit. One of my architects said, this is something, you're nuts. But then I had to fire him and like, trying to hire another architect. But again, now that building is appraised to 2,075,000. We already got a construction project. The work is like ongoing, and 1.4 is, and with the rebates and all, I would say somewhere around 1.3 is a concession. But now this is like, this is the beauty of real estate. And I want to throw this one out and to say that you need to be like a visionary. You need to be creative, like, with the deal. Same like creative financing. The more creative you are, the more money you can in real estate.
I agree. So, and I just want to make sure, did you say you took a building that you bought for $110,000? You said it's now worth
2,075,000. Yeah.
That's it.
I shared that in the Action Family. Yeah. Appraisal.
That's incredible, Jaison.
Absolutely amazing. From $700 in your bank account to this humongous profit.
I love that.
So happy for you and your spouse. Congratulations, Jaison.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. And again, I just that's one of our deals, right? So I think last time, like I shared a number with Dave. That was one of the building. We were expecting a ARV of like somewhere around 330, 350. It took a lot. I think the refi took almost 10 months. But I'm the guy who always believe in everything happens on a right time. Appraisal came in for like 460K.
Wow.
That's
So
yeah.
it's all about numbers, and that is like one of our top building, like gets like top rent. So things are possible, like with creative financing, OPM.
OPM, the power of it.
And I love how you keep saying again, the more creative you get, like, because sometimes you will get in some deals and you will be rewarded the more, like when you can see something that other people don't see, like when other people are, walking away from a building and you're like, hey, what about this? Those are the buildings, and I love that you said it. It's putting the creative back in creative financing, and those are the ones you can have some huge lifts on. Like
I just want to add on one more thing, Dave. Because this is the building like I've been working on with the seller like almost 4 months. Once I close the property, I got almost like five to seven messages from like different where, hey, I know this property, but I never had a vision to turn in this into 12 unit. So as a real estate investor, you need to have a different set of glasses. Again, creativity, right? Creative financing, creativity.
Yeah. That's an amazing point, because it's so true. Some of our best buildings are the one that everybody was turning an eye to. And I'm not buying this one. Are you kidding me? And we're like, wait a second, is there potential? Is there a bigger picture? Is there a solution? Perhaps if there's an issue with the property that you can fix where the numbers still make sense as well. So I love that you're putting the creative into creative financing in every creative way possible.
I mean, don't follow the crowd, stay on your own lane, right?
Otherwise, you're going to get what the crowd has, right? So I agree with you. Okay, so Jaison, last time when it was you and I asked, what are your goals? You had said 50 units. What about now? Now that you're at 50,
achieved it. Yeah, that's
okay.
Awesome.
So now that you're at, 8 mil in real estate, 53 doors, 16 buildings, what's next? What's the next chapter? What's the next check mark you need?
So this year, there is a lot of like stabilization. We need to stabilize our portfolio. But at the same time, I'm planning to acquire another 50 doors because I already proved myself that, I can achieve 50 doors. So by September 2025, I'm aiming like another 50 more doors. That's what my goal right now.
I love that.
I love that.
So 50 more doors. Yeah.
That stabilize your portfolio, because that's extremely important. And people, I feel, don't talk about that piece enough in real estate.
It's not as exciting, right?
Like, it's not as fun. It's fun to say, hey, I bought this and I'm doing this and I bought X amount of units, and that's exciting. But saying, hey, nothing's really changed this year for me, or not as much this year because I restabilized my portfolio. But we are very proud that we've done that many, many times. And that's how we've had a lot of success. We've raised millions and millions in real estate.
It's the long-term plan.
But most importantly, we paid back that money because we take the time to slow down, oversee the project properly, stabilize our portfolio, and know that it's normal as well. So big growth can definitely happen, but you want to make sure to sometimes put brakes a little bit and make sure everything is running smoothly and strategically so you can stay on track as well.
Yeah, 100%. And that's one of our goal too, right? So stabilizing portfolio. There are like some buildings like renos are taking like maybe 4 months more. And when it's coming to this conversion, like we often deal with city permits, like, delays from the fire marshal team, right? So that's nothing like, in my control, but Yes, sometimes we already like built in like maybe 5 to 6 months into that, but again it may can go up a little bit. This is where transparency comes in play, like just be open with investors. Hey, like as we mentioned before, like it's going like at 4 to 6 months more, so it can definitely help us a lot.
Okay, I love that. And it is true. There will be like there's every project, there will be a hurdle. There's going to be something like you said, the city, like
Always.
the project that we have, the city jammed us up on a few things, and it is what it is. Or like you said, the fire marshal, like there will be something at some point that you cannot control, and you're along for the ride. So yeah, I couldn't agree more with you there. Well, I'm thinking, okay, we analyzed the deal, we looked at the numbers.
Let's look at the real deals questions here.
Yeah. So Jason, you already know them because you've already been here. So okay, I'll start off with the one that I love the most. So what is the biggest mistake now that you've been a year in the game even more? What's the biggest mistake you've made now, update from last show, and what's like that you can help the listeners? Like how can they avoid this one thing that you did? You're like, oh, if you can avoid this, you're further ahead.
Yeah. So when it's coming to deals, like we may go in different markets, hiring the wrong team, right? It drags a deal. Uh, that's one of I don't want to say mistake, but again, that's something like I learned like earlier. So then and again I mitigate that by hire and fire fast, right? I don't want to drag them along, right? So, if somebody is not working for you, just again, let them go. And go on to like someone. It's okay to lose like $1,000 versus like maybe 100 grand. So that's I would say like one of my biggest mistakes. And at the same time, we learn from mistakes, right? And if you're doing mistake, that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. That's a stepping stone, and also that is also a part of success. That's not a people often make mistake and then say that, hey, I did that mistake, I shouldn't be. No, that's okay. Like same like a kid, right? We all do like mistake, but that's okay. At the end, we all are human beings. We have great people to support.
And it's so true. I mean, we make mistakes every day, right? I have that conversation with my little guy often that it's okay to make mistakes because that makes us bigger, stronger as well. And as long as you learn from those mistakes, then you're just further ahead in your journey as well. So
Agreed.
thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So the next one, what is the best piece of advice? Like just overall, what's the best piece of advice you would give to someone that's listening and thinking, oh, do I jump into real estate? Like, what would you say to them, Jason?
Yeah, I don't want to say like advice. I would say like more as a suggestion. Trying to hire a mentor when you are starting up, like if you're stuck or something, right? So uh, I often see that people trying to save 5K or 10K, and they're trying to do a 100K mistake, right? So try, if you're stuck with something, always like ask. People often don't ask. At the same time, that's what, like if you have now we are in a digital world, like we have lots of YouTube's podcast, real estate groups, and our action family. So join like one of the group, learn from others. Same, we say OPM, we never talk about like OPE, other people experience. Like tap onto like someone else, right? So or partner with someone like who had that success story. They can bring you like fortune. Like hire a mentor. What if like if you could earn 100K and hire a mentor? Now think about myself. I hired you guys. I mean, when I say like I joined Action Family, you guys are my mentors, and what is the result I'm having right now, right? So always look for that opportunity. Do not search for it. Just like opportunities are like everywhere, and we are not tapping into that. That's a problem.
And I love that you're saying that. It's so true. Like Mel and I still have 4 coaches. The other thing too, Jason, is like we see how active you are in there. Like it's no surprise that you're having success because you're taking the action, right? The other thing I love too, and I love that you said our action family because yeah, obviously Mel and I, help the coaches and mentors, but it's the 2,100 members that we have as part of the group. Like, that's what I love. And I see you interacting. So I know you're networking all the time, but it's no surprise. Again, what did you do? You hired a coach and mentor, you're doing networking in a large group, you're taking the action that's needed, and you're making sure you have an exit strategy, doing win-win scenarios. Like, it's no surprise that you're successful. You're doing all the key components that need to be done when you're building a real estate portfolio. Like, super pumped. Sorry, I get passionate. I'm super pumped for you, man.
And at the same time, I always say that fear is a false belief. It's more of a myth, right? Because it doesn't mean that you have not done something. It doesn't mean that like you can't do it, right? So always like learn, trying to tap into someone else's experience, hire a mentor. There is a lot of like, and again, your surroundings are like important. And same like a medical student going to a school, right? They are sitting with like maybe 50 like-minded people. Same like we have like real estate groups. Join it, take like see like people are taking action. Automatically, you will do the same.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, 100%. And I love that you said that. Yeah, the fear of failure in people, it cripples them, unfortunately. Jason, number 3, how do people reach out to you? How do they find you? How do they get to know you more?
Yes, I'm more active on Facebook, Jason Johnson. I also have an Instagram handle, investor underscore Jason Johnson. You could see my stories, all my updates. I'm usually like through on my stories. I don't want I and I'll see like some milestone updates on my Facebook. So again, just like follow on my social media.
I love that.
So that's amazing. Thank you so much. We both enjoyed having you on our show. Congratulations on the amazing success you've had. Love following your journey, and I can't wait to see what you'll achieve in the new year as well.
Yeah, you're gonna inspire a lot of people, Jason. I love it.
Thank you so much, Melinda, and you guys been a huge inspiration. And again, joining Action Family was one of my best decisions. I retired from my nursing profession beginning of this year. So yes, so it's been a huge reward for me. Thanks for being in our life. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Congrats on retiring. That's amazing. Like, good for you.
You're just, I'm so excited for you. Like how
You say it at the end like,
You say it like
nonchalant, right? I love it.
By the way,
I retired.
I can throw in like even before. So
Incredible.
no, I set a goal to retire like in 5 years through real estate, and my plan was to retire in 2 years and maybe either go on a casual or a part time. But again, I was like really working hard on myself and also like on real estate. And this year, beginning of this year, I decided to, take action and, retire from my nursing pro. I was making really good money on my travel nursing, but again, this is my passion. This is what I love. I don't put hours on it. So I did it and it's been great for me. And, thank you so much for being in our life. And you guys are doing something which you don't even know how it's impacting other people's lives. So please doing what you do.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you so
those
much,
words, Jason.
That means a lot. Thank you so
It
much.
does mean a lot. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Well, I didn't expect all of that to happen within 2 years of Jason joining the Action Family.
And kind of like we said, how humble he is. He just kind of at the end, like, oh yeah, I quit my job. No big deal. I quit my job.
Absolutely amazing. We're super proud of you, Jason.
Yeah, Jason, you're going to inspire a lot of people. Thank you so much for being on the Real Deal Show for the second time.
Yes, and if you're interested in joining the Action Family Mentoring Program, book a call with us, www.iamreadytoinvest.com, and we'll be able to go through all the details with you.
And if you didn't see Jason's first episode with me, make sure to check it out right here.
And if you did see it, well, then check out this other Real Deal Show as well. I'm Mel.
I'm Dave.
And we'll see you there.